Welcome to Century 21 Marathon, 77 West Main Street, Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Today we're talking about luxury homes and what can we do for you to help sell your luxury home? Well, for instance, let's start with something that's off the grid that people don't normally think about. A picture book, Shutterfly. Pretty easy to do, but nobody does it. So what we did was we had this client that was in Grafton, Massachusetts. We actually sold this house $100,000 over asking. And we actually did the home inspection during the first open house. We got about 100 pictures from them, from their grounds, created 2 books, one for them as a client keepsake, and one for the open house, because we were selling the house in the wintertime, and there were no leaves on the trees. These sellers had spent about $175,000 on their grounds. All sorts of fancy trees, Japanese maples, all sorts of terraces and such. A really beautiful property. And we got it for $100,000 over asking within about 5 days under agreement. Other things that we can do that's outside the box: global marketing. So Century 21 is the largest global brand. For instance, I just had a condo in Hopkinton, Massachusetts that I just listed, and I went on to the Century 21 website and listed it in India and China. And that just adds about 2.8 billion people to the client list. So something, a lot of agents don't think about, but something that we do. Now, the basics. We do professional photography, medium Matterport 3D virtual tour, professional floor plans, very important. Will the king size bed fit in the bedroom? Will the grand piano fit in the office? Things like that you can easily deduce from the floor plans. Plus, it gives you a third-party reference for square footage. And square footage is basically how you come up with the price. Drone photography and video. We can do YouTube videos. We can do a video walkthrough, drone video to capture the neighborhood. Here in Massachusetts, we're not allowed to talk about neighborhoods, crime statistics, schools, because of fair housing laws. So what we do is we give the clients and the sellers the tools themselves to research those things. So we try to make it as easy for the buyers as possible. We try to attach as many documents to MLS as possible because it's redundant. Eventually, we're going to get asked those questions anyway, so you might as well find out if there's any open permits or not and do your research before you actually post the listing. Unique property websites. Century 21, I can input all the data. We get a unique property website. And what we do, and what I do, is SEO words. So when you take photos, they come out as JPEG 1 to JPEG 42. You can put 42 photos in MLS. Well, if you actually label the photos and put unique SEO words, so you do the property address, you do Century 21 Commonwealth, my name, or whoever the list agent's name is, something unique about the property, say first-time buyers or luxury homes or great pool, and you just throw it in there with the property description on the photo. Believe me, it helps in Google searches. Google slideshows. So going back to the photography book, MLS limits you to 42 photos. And of those 42 photos, about the first 32 are what ends up on Zillow, Trulia, and those third-party sites. They only take about 32 of them. So you put your best 32 there. But what if you have 100 photos? This house was 5,000 square feet. A lot of photos, a lot of extra photos. So when the photographer came in, we ended up with hundreds of photos. So what we did was we took the property photos that we had from the client. We also took the extra photos from the listing. We made a Google slideshow and attached it as a virtual tour right to the listing. So you got every inch, every perspective, every season of the house. So you can imagine yourself living there the following winter, or in the summer, or in the spring, or the fall.